Hi guys, today I want to show you how to apply the final coat of this Varathane Stain and Poly all-in-one product. It's not a product review, I'm using it for these cabinet doors. They were brownish and old ones, so I had this one and I used it in the past. It's pretty good stuff, but you have to apply it properly and you have to time it properly. So that's what I'm going to show you. So I'm using weathered gray satin. There is also the luster, the shiny one. I'm using satin, and what I've already done is I sanded these cabinet doors with 220 grit sandpaper. Again, it was brownish, which you probably see right now still, and after sanding I wiped it off and applied first coat of this product. Still kind of looks weird. I'm gonna see that's what the product, that's how it looked first, but again this is nice. From the outside it was not that good, and I applied the first coat. Now it's dry and you see it's uneven. So the most important part is applying the second coat, and I'll show you how to do it today. Stay tuned. So the first step before you apply the final coat is you lightly sand the existing surface. The manufacturer recommends 320 grit sandpaper, so don't go lower because it's gonna scratch the surface. I have 400, which I'm gonna use. Just lightly scratching the surface with this one and then wiping it off. And as you can see, I don't do like this. I don't do circle, just lines straight like this. This is very important step. Do not skip it. Do not skip sanding between coats, and especially before the final coat. It's very important. You want to remove any uneven part. You want to scratch it a little bit. So this is the prepared surface. Okay. Now have your rag handy and just wipe off all the dust. You don't need to wash the surface. Just have a clean rag and just wipe off. Now the last preparation step. Have your handy dandy tack cloth. If you don't have, it's not expensive stuff and it will help you with multiple projects. Wipe it off with your tack cloth. Now when it comes to choosing a brush, you can have a foam brush. However, with the surface I have, the foam brush is not working well because it has patterns, and with the pattern surface your best bet is the regular brush that's suitable for the stains and for the poly finish. So get yourself a brush if you have you know, curved surface, uneven surface. If it's just flat surface, you can use any foam brushes. When you apply it, you will see brush marks. However, they eventually stretchen to the even surface. Okay, so open up your stuff, make sure it's mixed well. Do not shake it. Never shake it. You do not want to end up with any bubbles. When your surface is prepared, obviously don't forget about protecting all the areas from the stain, because the stain is pretty sticky. It might stick, you might not see it, and then it's going to be hard to remove it. So I have taped everything around, it's ready for staining. Now, if you have a piece of furniture or just a surface like this, do not start somewhere in the middle. Work off the edges and then finish in the middle. Especially like I have here, the doors are flat but the edges are curved. So I'll start with the edges and then I'll finish the center. Could have started with the center, but just here, and then finished off the edges. But again, the best is start with edges and then finish up the middle. This stuff, like every stain, is pretty runny, so make sure you don't dip your brush too much, okay? Because you don't want to have drips everywhere. When you apply, you will see that there are pretty visible brush marks. However, they will go away when this stuff dries. And the important part also, do not have any leaks, because they will be visible. You have to examine corners, because corners may have run out and you want to remove them properly. Again, as I said earlier, when you see brush marks, do not get frustrated. It's gonna gradually become very smooth. Also, this stuff dries very fast. Just continue working until you like the result. If you see some dried parts that requires a little bit of coloring, don't be shy, you can still do it. This product will smoothen very easily, and you can still apply a little bit more on dried up parts. Do not over apply, because you do not want the new layer to start melting the under layer, the first layer or the previous layer. Also, again, watch, you can see here, watch for run-out, and just have your brush a little bit dried up, and you can remove any excess. Once your brush dried a little up, if you have any excess like here or there, you can remove it, no problem. And it's gonna smoothen up. And specifically for this color, again, this is weathered gray. It's not gonna look like regular gray, and it's not gonna look even. That's not the purpose here. The purpose is to make sure it looks more like briar smoke, which is gray and brown together, because we'll have black hardware and it's gonna look just amazing. So you see, it started smoothing, and that's what we're looking for. Before we leave it to dry for a couple of hours, examine corners, because you see, there's a little bit more than you might want to have here. Okay. This product is a bit specific to work with, because it has color and poly together. So sometimes you might have hard times to applying color, because it might not be even. So you have to be aware of that. I gave these doors a couple of days to dry, and this is how the product looks at the end. I installed these handles, and on touch and feel it looks exactly like this stain says. It's a weathered gray. Shows that weathered look. The poly is really strong. I would say for the furniture is also good use. I had a little run out here. If you can see, this is what I was talking about. I did not see this part flowing, and when I saw it, it was too late. Overall, I'm happy with this product. I'm happy with how it behaved, and yeah, just a sneak peek. This is the inside look. Thanks for watching, and as usual, let me know if you have any questions or comments down below. Cheers!